Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, how you doing?
Boo. What's up, man?
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the Marc and JD show. This is episode
Yes.
50.
50.
I can't believe it, actually. I'm kind of surprised.
Not a lot of
Um,
podcasts get to episode 50. The previous iteration of this podcast, we only got to like
12?
17. I think it was like
12?
16 or 17, I thought.
I think it was only 12. The most recent iteration from like 2012.
Yes.
So it's very
So,
possible.
come on over. Say hi. Episode 50.
We
If
are
you're watching
live.
live, because we are recording these live, remember, if you're listening to this in podcast form, make sure you're following us on Twitter so you know when we go live, or on Twitch, you'll know when we go live and we decide to record. You never know. You never know.
How do you share this out?
How do I share what out?
How do you share out the link for this? For people to watch?
We're on Twitch, man.
I didn't
Twitch.tv/Marc and JD. Like, we're on everything. If you're a friend on Facebook, like, it tells you we're fucking live, man.
Fucking live, and it ain't
We'll
living
do it
color.
live. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we figured we'd just go live today. It's great. Don't worry about it. We're a bunch of crazy people. You know, shit happens. It is what it is. You know, so episode 50, we wanted to do something special. It just didn't. I don't know. There's really nothing special you can do, right? Like that we can really do.
I thought of a couple things. I was like, what if we took what if we did like you know, like the newlywed game? What if we did like the best friends game? See how many questions like we knew of each other. Like, how well do we really know each other?
Perfectly platonic, polite friends.
Yeah, perfectly platonic friends.
The worst.
How well do we actually know each other? Is it a lot? Is it a little? I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, that's a good question. We have to come up with some questions for that. That's a good episode 51 project. You should have told me. You could have worked on that.
Like, you have a whiteboard?
Yeah, I do. It's actually on the wall right behind me.
Oh,
over there somewhere.
I mean, I can go get a whiteboard. I can come right back.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything at the moment. I'm
I
like
had
on
like
the
a
fly
list of
now.
questions already.
Did you
I was
really?
like doing a little research? Yeah.
Well, let's do your side then. Don't worry about me. Let's do your side. Let's see how well I know you.
I mean, I'd have to go get my whiteboard.
Your wife.
We'll do it. We'll save it for next week.
Save it for next week. Then I can have my own questions.
Yes.
We should have someone moderate it.
Who's gonna moderate us?
I could probably
Your brother?
Maybe Kai. We still have to interview that dude who made the Amityville Vibrator movie.
We gotta watch the fucking movie.
That's
shitty ass movie.
Well, let's not make enemies out of people, Mark. Okay.
It's gotta be terrible. I get.
I'm sure it's awful.
I understand that people like that stuff, like ironically, I guess, or unironically. I don't know.
It's definitely ironically bad, probably, but I mean, it's what it is. You know, people like schlock horror. I'm not one of them.
I don't like schlock. It's not even like, maybe if it was a decent movie, you could get through it, but no, it's just not a decent movie.
No, it's not. It doesn't even look decent. It looks terrible. But somebody finances this bullshit. Amityville Vibrator? Really? That's what you want to finance? Your Saudi Arabian princes who like to spend money? They're good than the movie business. No, they're paying for a movie called Amityville's Vibrator or whatever the fuck it was called.
Amityville Vibrator.
Amityville Vibrator.
Let's move on. I don't want to spend too much time on the Amityville Vibrator when we could talk about Trevor Bauer.
True story. Trevor Bauer. So he got suspended. I guess.
He didn't get suspended yet. He got
put on paid leave. Yes,
paid administrative leave.
So
he's getting paid while they're investigating. But today they canceled all like the bobblehead stuff. They canceled all his. They took down all his merch. So you know it's getting serious when that happens. And apparently he or his lawyer leaked the text messages.
To the Daily Mail, which I find to be really, really hilarious because
Daily Mail is trash.
It is completely trash, but they're not going to put out fake shit either.
No, I'm sure the stuff is real, but then again, no matter how much I want you to hurt me, that doesn't mean break her fucking skull.
No, but then again, like what's the happy medium here? If she likes it rough, I'm not saying you're going to punch her in the vagina or anything, but I mean, if she likes it rough and she wants it rough, and the text message seemed to say she liked getting choked out until the point before she passed out and then woke up.
That's one thing. Choked out is okay, but like he punched her in the baby maker.
Maybe
you know, he went 12 rounds with her twat.
Question for the audience. Do you think the baby maker was open? Do you think she you think she kind of
wasn't she unconscious when he banged around the baby maker?
Oh, maybe he did. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. But I mean, like she talked about getting slapped in the face.
We spent like 20 minutes coming up with different names for it.
My favorite was clunge or clunge. Clap the clunge. I mean, it's such a bizarre story. It's so bizarre. Like, it was a slow news cycle or something. I mean,
it's like still not really out there. Like, I feel like it's still not dominating news coverage. Like, if it was a Mets or a Yankees or East Coast player, I feel like if that happens on the East Coast, it would be dominating the news cycles.
It may be dominating the West Coast cycle out there. Who knows? We don't live on the West Coast. We live on the East Coast. So who knows? It might be dominating the news out there. I mean, the Dodgers thought more than enough to take his shit out of stores, like you said. So, I mean, it's definitely dominating something out there. And he got scratched from the start, too, on Sunday.
So I'm on ESPN.com right now. It's 10:17 on Wednesday, the 7th of July.
Yes. Okay? Usually on Thursday.
But, yes. You know. But they don't have a single thing on the top headlines right when you're looking at it. There's not a single thing here about Trevor Bauer's merchandise being removed on the main page. Now, if I were to click on the MLB page, I'm not sure if that would still be there. Let's see. Yes, it's on the MLB page. So it's enough to be an MLB top story. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. But it's not a big enough story to be on their main page.
Because other than Daily Mail, and how much do you really trust the Daily Mail? Also,
but they nixed the bobblehead night. I feel like that's a big deal.
Well, here's another thing too. It's not good news. It's bad news.
No,
so good news would be like Ohtani hitting.
It's clickbait.
It is clickbait, but it's the Mouse House that owns EN and ABC, all this shit.
But also, they're not going to put. Wait, let me just say this, because before you go on, it's not that it's good news. The 6th story down from the top is Angel Cabrera, the professional golfer, got assaulting a former partner. That's not a positive story.
True. But I mean,
as far as baseball goes, who even knows who this fucker is?
I have no idea. I've never heard that name before. When you said Angel Cabrera, I thought you were talking about a baseball player.
Is it Angel? Is it Angel? I don't know. But Argentinian golfer Angel Cabrera, a former Masters and U.S. Open champion.
I've never heard of him.
2 years in prison. Right. We don't follow golf, so why would we know who he is?
But you know like the popular golfers are, though.
I would
who Jack Nicklaus is. Nobody won the Masters.
Everybody knows who Jack Nicklaus is. I mean, like that was an all-timer. There are plenty of guys who have won 1 or 2 major tournaments, and you're like, who the fuck is that guy? There's got to be so many out there. Golf there's got to be a lot out there. Is golf
look
weird?
At that. Do you see that clever headline on the first thing? Lightning strike first in potential series clinching Game 5. How clever is that?
And so that's just ESPN. Sports Illustrated doesn't even have it on their top page.
But here's my thing. Okay, so you have like bigger stories in baseball than that, I guess, right now.
But no, what's the bigger? The Dodgers put Kershaw on the injured list? That's a bigger story.
Ohtani breaking Matsui's mark. Yes. DeGrom skipping the All-Star game. That's a pretty big story. There's some bigger. I'm not saying it should get pushed down all the way, but if you're going to do a baseball site, breaking news-wise, those two things are more popular than what's going on with not popular, but more pertinent than what's going on with Trevor Bauer. They're not going to.
Sports Illustrated doesn't even have it. It's not even there.
They're not going to carry the Daily Mail bullshit because they don't know how true that is. They don't want to pop a lie up somewhere either.
But what is true is they're canceling the bobblehead day and pulling the merch. That's true. Yes. I'm looking at The Athletic. They don't have anything there either on the main page.
I wonder how much of those bobbleheads go for on like eBay.
Probably a lot. Although they probably haven't even arrived yet.
No, probably not. Maybe they just got rid of them.
This is a top story that's been kind of swept under the radar because nobody wants to touch it. What are they afraid of? Are they afraid that Trevor Bauer is going to stop talking to them?
Bad press, I guess. I mean, you have to report the news. I know, but I'm saying they have to report the news. I'm agreeing with you. I think they should probably be reporting it more than they are now, but they are, it being placed below Arrieta going on the IL or Soto and Joey Gallo joining the All-Star Home Run Derby field. It's just kind of weird in a weird way. I mean, I
could see it not being on MLB.com. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I understand that it's they don't really want to put anything negative on MLB.com, but to not even be on the page of Sports Illustrated, that's just crazy to me,
dude. Let me tell you something too, because I just clicked on this link about the Home Run Derby. What a terrible lineup!
That's a good lineup. You just don't know these guys.
I know who they are, but I just don't like. Did people not want to be in it? What's
wrong with the Home Run Derby this year? Who don't you like?
How is Guerrero not in this?
He hasn't announced it yet. Maybe he doesn't want to do it again.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It just seems like a weird set of people.
Maybe he might not want to do it again. It takes a lot out of you. He hit like 58 home runs in the
I remember that.
One last year.
It's possible.
Last year, 2 years ago.
I'm interested to see Ohtani hit. I mean, that's a big story for baseball. So yes, I understand why they're going to run with that. That's a huge story for them.
The weird one to me is Salvador Perez all of a sudden hitting crazy amounts of home runs and getting invited to the Home Run Derby. That's a little odd to me.
It's like the new version of George Brett for the Royals.
I guess. I mean, his single season high for home runs is 27. He's already got 20. Like, that's just nuts to me.
He's on the juice.
I don't know. I mean, Pete Alonso, sure, I get it. He's the defending champion. He should be in there.
He's got some really good. I mean, he's not a great hitter, but he's got some good highlights to his name. He's a 5-time Gold Glove winner, 3-time Silver Slugger Award,
big time.
I mean, World Series MVP, World Series champion, obviously MLB first team. I mean, 7-time All-Star. I mean, he's got some good. I'm glad he's having a good year. He seems like a good guy, generally.
You're right. I guess you're right. They should have. It should be Tatis. It should be, but this is the same thing. Like, at least the Home Run Derby gets names. The basketball slam dunk contest doesn't get anybody of any consequence.
I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a NBA All-Star game. I mean, it's got to be.
They don't play defense.
Maybe I was a kid. Maybe I was like 9, 10. Like when I followed basketball back in the day. I mean, even when I followed basketball as an adult male, I still didn't watch it because it's a bullshit game. At least the baseball game means something. You know what I mean?
I mean, it kind of, but I think it's stupid that they do that. The basketball, all All-Star games are stupid. Okay, the worst is the Pro Bowl, but all.
Why is it before the Super Bowl? Why is it?
They give it because now they have a reason to have the Super Bowl 2 weeks out from the last the championship games. It never used to be like that. Now it is. Super Bowl in February, which is sweeps month. And that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. True. I don't know. Pro Bowl's a waste of fucking time.
The 3-point shooting contest has much more prestige, I feel, than the slam dunk contest. It may not be as flashy, That's for sure. It's definitely not as flashy, but more names, more bigger names.
We're going to pause for a moment. Mark's having some technical difficulties. As usual with this podcast, we never don't have technical difficulties. We'll pause for a
I think I should work now.
What happened?
Yeah. I accidentally unplugged the fucking microphone like a dumbass. So, anyway, the home run derby has had much more star power. In the 80s, it was like a big deal. The slam dunk, you had Michael Jordan, you had Dominique Wilkins.
That was really the 90s, actually. Like the early 90s.
No, it was the late 80s, early 90s,
maybe. Yeah, early 90s, I would say.
And then, it was never really a big deal. I remember it was like, oh, Spud Webb won the dunk contest. He was like 5'1.5", you know? Like he was this short little dude. But nobody, it's whatever. No superstars really. You don't have LeBrons and Kevin Durant's and Russell Westbrook's and I can't say his name, so I'll just give it Giannis and I can't say his fucking. Yeah, they're not doing the slam dunk contest. But the home run derby, every power hitter of major consequence in the last 15 years has pretty much had at least one go at the home run derby. McGuire, I believe Bonds had to have done it at least once.
Yeah, he had to
have. Sammy Sosa. Who else is out there? Jim Thome, Ken Griffey Jr. They've all been in the home run derby.
I'm just surprised that, no people haven't actually announced that they're going to do it.
Do what?
More. I mean, how many people do they want? 10 or 8? How many people do they actually want?
They have 8 people doing the home run derby.
Okay, then they got the full field. It's over.
The field. It's done. It's full. They announced it earlier today. Like Trevor Story's in it now, and Matt Olson of the Oakland. That gets some serious. I feel like people the slam dunk contest. They want to make it seem like a big deal. No, if you were going to buy a ticket to the slam dunk contest or the home run derby, you buy a ticket to the home run derby and try to catch. You're never going to have a better chance to catch a ball than at the home run derby.
Wait, I thought you said. Oh wait, Pete Alonso won in 19.
Yeah, he was the last time. He was the last guy to win, so he's defending his championship.
Yeah,
Tatis hit like a bajillion home runs that year, but he did not win overall because he just hit too many in too many different rounds.
Yeah. So I remember Bryce Harper winning, Aaron Judge, Stanton, Todd Frazier winning was weird. Giannis Cespedes won twice in a row. Prince Fielder, that was a weird one. Prince Fielder won twice.
A big home run name though.
No, but it's just weird. I don't know. It's been a long time. 2012. 2012 doesn't seem like that long ago, but it was. Justin Morneau won in 2008.
He was an MVP. He won an MVP, though.
Garrett Anderson won in 2003.
The weirdest person that's ever won
Cal Ripken Jr.
A home run derby. Cal Ripken Jr.? No. He won. I'm just saying, but that was a weird year. He was bombing that year.
Ryan Sandberg.
No, it's got to be Tino Martinez.
That is a weird one. Was that in the heyday of their World Series stuff though?
It was 97.
Yeah. So it was in their big time when they were winning all those World Series and he was raking.
That was the year they didn't win the World Series was 97.
But I know, but they were in the World Series though. You know what I mean?
No, they missed the playoffs in 97, didn't they?
Did they? Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that was the 1 year they missed. But you're talking like
the Marlins won the World Series in '97.
1 year in a span of what, 4 years where they went to the World Series every year.
Yes, it was the weird off year. They did make the playoffs, but the Indians should have won that year. They really should have.
Probably they should have won when the Braves beat them in '95.
But yeah, Tino Martinez is not a home run hitter.
He had 340 home runs.
He also played a really long time, and during the steroid era. And wasn't he on the Mitchell Report?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No, but I mean, I don't remember his name being on there.
Do you remember everybody's name that was on there?
No, but I mean, I remember a lot of them, but I don't remember him being part of that list. No, I mean, nothing's on his. I mean, it would be on his Wikipedia page and shit. Probably.
Yeah, I guess you're true. I don't think of her really.
His nickname was the Bam Tino. Really? No,
he had 44 home runs in '97. Jesus.
I mean, he had a lot of home runs. He also played
second in MVP voting to Ken Griffey, who hit 56 home runs that year.
He also played in the Olympics. Ken Griffey Jr. still, to this day, I know we're talking a lot about baseball, but Ken Griffey Jr. to this day had one of the sweetest swings I've ever seen. It's such a nice swing, solid swing. So did Barry Bonds, even though he was juiced out of his mind.
If Ken Griffey Jr. doesn't start getting injuries and hurt after age 30, he holds the home run record.
I don't think he ever wanted to switch to a DH role, and then he moved, but he went to the Reds.
Right,
his move to the Reds kind of ruined his career a little bit.
Right, he got hurt. He played 145 games his first year in Cincinnati, then 111, 70, 53, and 83. Those are like during his prime years, too.
Should have never left Seattle. I mean, granted, he never won a World Series anyway, so it doesn't matter, but he should have never left Seattle. It was stupid.
He played an average of 80 games over 4 seasons, so he missed half the seasons and still hit 63 home runs. So add 63 home runs, roughly, to his total, and that puts him at almost 700.
Yeah, he probably would have broke the record before Bonds if he would have stayed healthy. Because he could, but Bonds was juiced out of his mind. Dude's head is like a watermelon. But Ken Griffey Jr., there was never any indication he used drugs at all. He's just clean. He seemed like a clean dude. He seemed like he was having fun playing baseball. That's all he wanted to do. And obviously he's a Hall of Famer, and so is around that same time he had Frank Thomas the same way. Frank Thomas had a sweet swing too. And they were both kind of.
Not really. Did. I don't think. Have you ever seen Frank Thomas swing?
Yes, he had a great swing. What are you kidding me?
He had a terrible swing.
He hit a lot of fucking home runs, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
He did, but I don't think he had a great swing at all. I always felt like he was like his rear, like when he came back, he always looked like awkward.
It went high, yeah.
I always felt like it was really, really awkward. His swing. That's just what I felt. I mean,
I always liked that. He's one of the ones I always mimicked when I was a kid.
Frank Thomas?
Yeah. 521 home runs.
Maybe it's because he's so big.
Yeah, he had a big like strike zone too. He was huge. Well,
Frank Thomas was huge. Was he like 6'8"?
Yeah, he was another one whose career probably went a little too long.
6'5". Big fucking dude.
He didn't
see a lot of super tall baseball players like that.
He didn't do anything past like 2000, really.
He had that.
I'm sure.
Random, really good year.
I'm sure
I
he hit
say 2002 for Toronto. He had like one random good year.
No,
after he left the White Sox.
He played for the White Sox from 19. He played from White Sox, so it had to be 2006.
Yeah,
he played from
year.
He didn't make the All-Star game or anything.
No, but he finished 4th in MVP voting.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
But also Oakland, they never really get a lot of All-Star people. They always get hot in the second half of the year. Don't you know that?
Yeah. He was one of the people who was never fell under suspicion for performance-enhancing drugs.
No, he was just fucking built like a tank. I mean, the dude was just big.
He was also one of the people who wanted people to get tested earlier. He wanted people to be tested all the time because he felt like it. Obviously, I think he felt it was an uneven playing field. He did hit
Oh,
500 home runs, but I mean, shit.
well, it's just like the people who have the least to worry about now that they're checking the pitchers. And now a lot of pitchers, since they started cracking down on
The sticky spider tack,
the sticky stuff,
spider tack,
spider tack on or whatever, whatever they're using. A lot of pitchers have not been as good. I'm pointing at Garrett Cole.
yeah. What's his name? Giolotto, was that his name?
Yeah, Lucas Giolotto.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of players out there who have not been as good since they started. And guess who's been just as good? Jacob deGrom. Because he doesn't need the sticky stuff. He just throws it fucking hard. And the sticky stuff doesn't help you throw hard.
He's a good pitcher, man.
He is a good pitcher. Pitched another good game today. He had 10 plus strikeouts and no walks.
What a terrible division that the NL East is, though.
I feel like every year they're like, oh, it's going to be real competitive. And it's only all competitive because they all kind of suck.
Yeah, they all have 40 wins.
If
fucking
the
terrible.
Mets, and I'm a Mets fan, I'm wearing the Mets shirt. If the Mets weren't in first place in the division, they wouldn't even qualify for a playoff spot.
No, because there's like every other division has a team that's won like 53 games. It's fucking ridiculous.
True,
Braves.
but also the West has 3 50-game winning teams. How does that even fucking happen? I mean, I guess Arizona's really, really bad. So
Arizona has won 27 games or something like that. Yeah, they're terrible. Did they even? I know they have to have an all-star, but they don't have an all-star on like the starting team. They have like a consolatory pick or whatever. Consolatory.
Well, Arizona's got 1 or 2 good players, at least hitting wise, don't they? I feel. I don't know.
Not a clue. Don't follow the Diamondbacks. Why would I?
That's the thing I've noticed. I don't follow much West Coast sports. What's going on in the West Coast? Like, I get it. Ohtani just set a record for Japanese-born player home runs in a single season. He's the first player to ever have 32 home runs and like 12 steals at the All-Star break. Like, he's ridiculous. And he's a fucking ace pitcher.
Yeah, he's got I don't know if he's got a really good ERA for a pitcher who pitches in the American League for sure. What is he? 360.
Also, let's say this: the Angels are just bad. They're bad. They're a bad team.
Yeah, they are. And you know what's funny is that Trout made the All-Star team and he's not even going to play because he's hurt. I hate that it's a popularity contest. It just pisses me off.
How do you have 2 of the all-time? That you have one of the greatest players of all time, and a player having one of the single-handed greatest seasons of all time. And I know Trout is hurt. How are you not more than 1 game over 500?
And speaking of sweet swings, Trout has one of the sweetest. That dude can hit anything. And he has the best eye I've ever seen on a player in my lifetime, probably. Other than Bonds, who just stopped swinging at baseballs towards the end of his career because they just never pitched him over the plate. So, I mean he
what
wasn't going to
Trout does is just unreal.
Yeah, he's insane.
And he doesn't get the credit because West Coast.
I'm surprised. I mean, no, I'm not really surprised. They're not going to trade him ever. I mean, they would be stupid not to because they'll probably get the biggest haul of all time in return for him.
I feel like this shows up in more sports, in pretty much every sport. There are a lot of people that live on the West Coast, but the media itself is an East Coast dominated field.
I think it doesn't apply to football. I don't think football. Not really.
What are the most covered teams other than like the Cowboys? Really, the Cowboys do something, they're going to get covered. But you're talking like the LA teams. Nobody gives a shit about the LA teams. People want to care about the fucking Jets. They care about the Cowboys. They cared about the Patriots. I'm not so sure so much anymore since Tom Brady left, but they care about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always an implicit bias of East Coast in every sport. Like the Phoenix Suns are in the fucking NBA Finals.
Yeah, I know.
They're not even talking about it.
And it's a weird one too. That's the first time in like what 30 years or something like that. It was like the early 90s when fucking
Barkley,
yeah,
93.
Barkley was on the team, and what was
They
it?
yeah,
Who was the other guy?
white dude, Dan Marley,
Dan Marley. Yeah, there you
Kevin
go.
Johnson.
It's been
Yeah,
a
they were
long
they
time.
were good. They were okay. They ran into Michael Jordan. They probably would have won if not for Michael Jordan. But again, it's that East Coast West Coast bias. And I've been to and living on the West Coast must be great for a sports fan. It really is, because every game is done by the time you're ready to go to bed.
Basically, I mean, it starts for you. It starts early, I guess, in a weird way.
Like for East Coast people who watch Sports Center, when I used to watch Sports Center, the whatever was the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Sports Center, that was the one that would replay the next day over and over again, at least when we were younger.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was it. When you live on the West Coast, that's the 11 o'clock Sports Center. Like that ends your night. You watch it, you know everything that's happened, you go to bed.
Yeah. It's crazy.
If
it's a different world.
Right. If you watch football, the games start at 10 a.m. You can have fucking brunch when you're watching. You ever had brunch? You ever had breakfast food while you watch sports? It's great. I did it once. Yeah. True story. I went to a baseball game here. I went to go see the Senators play, I think the Mets AA affiliate, which is Binghamton. Mm-hmm. And I went with somebody from work who's also a Mets fan. And he's like, let's get the fancy seats with like the all you can eat food. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm in. We sat like 4 rows behind home plate, and they had like all you can eat food. But the game was a 10 a.m. game for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a field trip kind of game for kids to go. So there were a lot of kids there. So there's nobody behind home plate, and like they're serving food, and they had eggs and like sausage. They had like breakfast foods and like cereal, and then like lunch foods. I'm like, what is this? This is great. Breakfast foods are great.
How do you eat sausage and eggs at a fucking baseball game?
I don't know, but they had it.
That's the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
I love breakfast food. I don't like eggs, but I'll pretty much eat like sausage. Breakfast sausage is banging. French toast, pancakes, waffles. Give me all that shit.
How do you like breakfast food, but you don't eat fucking eggs? Eggs are like the main ingredient in most breakfast foods.
I don't like eggs.
You're weird.
I am weird. I don't like eggs. It's a texture thing.
I know what's weird is that I grew to love like sunny side up eggs that run all over the place.
I'll cook eggs, but I ain't gonna eat them.
And then like I like my scrambled eggs burnt, like browned. I'm weird like that though. I don't know. Nobody else does. So whenever I make eggs, I always want to make them myself like sunny side up eggs, because I don't want to make 2 batches of scrambled eggs and look like a weirdo.
That's just weird. I just make scrambled eggs. Everybody eats them.
Yeah, I don't like runny scrambled eggs though. I like them brown. I like them brown. I like brown things. Jesus. All right, enough baseball talk. God, I'm tired of baseball. My team did win. They scored 2 touchdowns today to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I'm gonna
to say. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Lots of things are wrong with me.
I know.
Yeah, so we blew our baseball load here, but it's all because of Trevor Bauer. Again, sexual assault is not cool. Okay.
No, and you know what's funny? Cool. So I was looking before we started the show. I was looking to see if there's anything new about that Ben Zobrist story, and of course, his wife has come out and said that all of his allegations of her cheating on him with the pastor is a lie. But I mean, of course, she's going to say that. You know, she's that IG influencer is actually banging a fucking pastor. There's no fucking way that's not a lie. Well, that is a lie. Sorry, no fucking way. Poor Ben Zobrist getting cucked by a man of God.
Yeah, you see, man, you had to bring up religion, and now you got me all on like a thing that the American Catholic Church wants to censure or whatever to Joe Biden. Did you see that?
No, I did not. I don't go to church. I don't really believe in anything much.
So they want to deny him communion because of his abortion stance.
Which is what's wait. his abortion
What
stance would be
he's
uh,
he's, he's
he's
pro-choice.
pro-choice. Yeah, so he's a Democrat. He's pro-choice.
But like I
I
get
didn't
it.
think.
And
I didn't.
the
I didn't
fucking Catholic Church is definitely all about birth control, and like they don't fuck around with that. But they don't want to give him communion for it. And like now they're saying like the Catholic Church is being attacked for the most in history. And like, you know what? Fuck the Catholic Church. How many
basically
child predators have they hidden?
too many. Maybe those kids should have been aborted. Fuck. We're pro-choice.
Did you hear about what they did in Canada? You didn't hear. I know you didn't hear.
Fuck the Catholic Church.
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck it. In Canada, they found. And now I got to bring up the story. So a whole bunch of churches that were built on indigenous land in Canada, they burnt down 4 of them in the last week. People, I don't know. I say they.
Who's they?
I don't know.
One guy burning churches down.
I don't know if it was one guy. I don't know if it was more than one guy. I'm not sure. But they basically found these records here. They found 750 unmarked graves at this one school. They found all these unmarked graves, and then like all these stories have come out about like the fucking abusives that they have done in Canada by the Catholic Church. Like it's fucking disgusting.
Sounds like somebody was sending a message.
Yeah, they should be sending a message.
Uncover the truth. Church. Listen,
it's terrible.
I technically am a Catholic because I went to catechism. I did all that communion shit. I didn't get married in church, but I did my confirmation. I don't give a shit anymore. Don't label as anything. I maybe believe in something a little bit, but maybe not. I don't care. Not enough to label it anything. You know what I mean? I just don't care enough anymore. I'm too old to give a shit about that. Like, it's not going to do me any good to worry about it.
They found all these hundreds of unmarked graves. And I read like a story where like there was one where some indigenous person in Canada, like a girl, had gotten pregnant, and as soon as the baby was born, they like fucking killed the baby.
Astronomical.
That's fucking crazy.
So, what are they just raping kids and burying them under the church?
I don't know. They don't know. There's just hundreds and hundreds of unmarked graves.
That's fucking insane.
They found it more than 1,000 of them at or near the grounds of former residential schools for indigenous children.
Like indigenous to Canada?
Yeah, you know, like Indians. That's what they don't call them Indians.
I didn't want to say Indians. I just want to make sure, like, you know, I wasn't going to say Indians, but I'm like, I don't want to get canceled. So I'm going to say, like, indigenous to where?
So here, nearly 150,000 indigenous children were sent to the government-funded and often church-run boarding schools, which were set up in the 19th century to assimilate them, and they operated till the late 1990s. They were forcibly separated from their families to be placed in the school.
And now they're dead.
A lot of them. And unmarked. Right, unmarked graves. It just fucking threw them in. So there are a lot of people that are fucking pissed, and they burnt down 4 churches. I don't see a problem with that, really.
They burnt it down to get that shit out because nobody knew about it. That's what they burnt that shit down for. There's no problem with that. I don't give a fuck.
As long as there's nobody in the building, right? If you want to send a message,
if it's the person who created the graves, then who gives a fuck?
I mean, the graves are years and years and years old.
I know.
Probably not.
No.
There's too much out there where religious people claim that they're persecuted for something, yet they do so much persecuting themselves. It's hypocritical beyond belief. And there are people out there who say America is a Christian nation, and in God we trust, and all that fucking bullshit. It is not a Christian nation. It was not. If anything, it would be a Protestant nation. That's the ones who fucking left England to come here because they wanted freedom of their religion, which is fucking weird.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, Christianity, Catholicism, all that shit.
Maybe not Protestants. Maybe it was puritanicals. So,
I was going to say prostitutes.
Correct myself there.
Prostitutes came too, I think. But you know, you look at Christianity and Catholicism and all these other religions, and they're all the same shit. It's all the same crap. It doesn't matter what you label yourself as. It's still fucking bullshit. You sit in a fucking building on a Sunday.
Different things. There's so many different people that pray to Jesus. How are there so many different sects of it? Jesus is Savior in so many different religions. Why are they all so fucking different? Because they're all bullshit.
Yep. How about change that? Fuck religion. There you go. Change that shit. And like, fuck the Catholic Church too, because you know all the raping of little boys and shit. That's
yeah, right.
Mark, it came up. It popped up there. No. Our names came up.
Oh, look at that. I guess if you have a thing up there, it doesn't. Oh, okay, I see it. If you have a text up there, it makes it go away. Well, that's stupid.
You really like
to have the thing. I like to have the pop up so people know what we're talking about.
Now people know who we are.
Yeah, I know. I guess I could leave it off at first and then put it on later. Anyway,
it doesn't matter. I'll just get a big sign that says JD on here.
Yeah. So, okay. Now that I've gone on my rant about that, there was one other thing I need to yell about, and that is our good friend Tucker Carlson.
The NSA loves him so much. Tucker Carlson. He's a douche.
So Fucker Carlson on his show last night called for cameras in schools to monitor teaching about critical race theory. They want to have the party of small government wants to put a camera in every classroom in America to make sure the teachers are not teaching kids about critical race theory, which again isn't a class. It's something that you teach, and like it's history. It happened. Slavery happened in this fucking country. No matter how many times you deny it, it fucking happened for years and years and years. And the Civil War was fought over slavery. Let's not fucking kid ourselves here.
Why are we trying to change history?
Why?
It's because it's bad. Bad shit happens. You're not going to take
because they're embarrassed by it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like they don't in German schools. Do they not teach the Holocaust?
I'm pretty sure they do teach. It's a crime to deny the Holocaust in Germany. It's a crime.
So why are we denying fucking slavery? It happened. It's a terrible thing that happened, but it happened. It's like denying that racism exists. Because guess what? It still does.
Exists. But guess what? It's okay to hate people. You don't have to agree with everybody. Equally. But you know what? As long as they leave you the fuck alone, let them do whatever the fuck they want. I hate everybody of every color and race. White, blue, black, green, yellow, whatever. I hate plenty of people out there. I am an equal opportunity hater. I hate white people just as much as I hate any other type of person. I got a comment removed on Facebook for saying white people are the worst, aren't we? They fucking removed it. It was racist. I'm like, I'm white.
You're going down a slippery slope here, man.
It's ridiculous.
No, I've always said that too.
I don't have a problem. Right.
I hate everyone equally.
I hate everyone equally. I am pro rights. Like, don't get me wrong. In the past, I probably was a lot more racist. I've grown up and become less racist over time because I've gotten out of the environment in which I was raised that kind of made me racist.
You calling your parents racist?
No, I'm not calling my parents racist. I'm calling the education system or the towns in which we lived in are kind of racist. They build it up to be this whole thing of like, this town is white, this town is black. It's not safe. You know, they always say, don't go there. It's not safe. Is it really not safe? No, it's not. But you grow up with this stigma. And if you remove yourself from that, remove yourself from Fox News, my parents, my mom says she will not go to New York City anymore. It is too dangerous. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's not too dangerous. You took me into this. We went to the city in the 90s A lot. The city was a lot more dangerous in the 90s than it is today. Let me tell you.
Fuck yeah, it is. Jesus
She's
Christ.
like, oh, people have guns and this and that, and they want to take them. I'm like, what the fuck? She never watched the news, and she watches the news now.
Of course she does.
What does this fucking fear the shit out of you for no reason? Stop watching the news all the time.
If you're gonna watch the news, just watch the regular news.
Just like, watch
CBS News or something on CBS.
Watch
your local news. News 12 is still around. I know that. Watch News fucking 12.
And you want to talk about fucking just news? News 12 is just news.
Oh, I used to love one of my favorite memories is watching News 12 on like a snow day. And then when your little school pops on the bottom, like, yes!
You wait for your fucking school. I mean, you don't have to do that now because they have the internet, you know? Yeah. But you used to have to wait. Yeah. And then get text messages and shit now, or Twitter. Yeah. I follow it. Like, you know right away. But we used to have to wait. It's like, oh, where's that F? Where's that F? Oh, they're only on R. It's going to take so long, you know?
My dad would not tell me if we were canceled or not. He would just make me sit there and wait the whole time.
Yeah, so I've removed myself from that environment. I don't watch I don't have TV. Like, I don't watch the news. If I turn the news on, it's because something big is happening and I want to know what's going on now.
Yeah, like the collapse, the Miami condo collapse or whatever it was.
Right, a condo collapse, or if there's something like a major news story, like I will turn the news on. I will flip back and forth between multiple channels just to see what they're talking about, and also because I hate commercials.
Yes.
So
that, you talk about news, and there's always going to be a side to every news, depending on what you watch. If you're watching CNN, there's always going to be their side. So Fox News is going to be their side. MSNBC is going to be their side. Everybody has their own fucking opinion, and that's not news.
Not news.
That's not news.
Night, people who are on TV at night, Tucker Carlson's,
Rachel Maddow,
Sean Hannity's of the world. They're not news. What's his name on fucking CNN? Anderson Cooper. They're not news. Those are opinion shows. It's like basically reading a syndicated columnist in the newspaper. They're a columnist. They're just talking about whatever the fuck they want. What happens to be what happened today most of the time. Mm-hmm. Or whatever bullshit they want to push. That's not news.
Fox News has said that as much too, that Tucker Carlson is not the news. But yet people still believe him as like gospel for some reason, that bow tie wearing motherfucker.
They can say whatever the fuck they want. If people still listen to him and take his word as news, they've done their job.
There's nothing you can do about it.
They're going to start their own weather channel. Why? Why do we need a Fox Weather channel? In what world do we need Fox Weather? In what world do you need Fox Business? Who watches the Fox Business channel?
There's already two. Well, in 2 years' time, all these news channels are going to be gone because they don't have the ratings anymore. They're all dead. They're all dead in the fucking water.
No, they get plenty of ratings.
No, not anymore. Not as much as you think.
That's probably a good thing.
Well, no, I'm saying because, and detrimental to our health, probably. Trump is the reason why they're not getting the ratings anymore. Trump, they could talk about him for days and weeks and months and years.
If Trump is so beneficial to the ratings, right? Why are the commercials fucking terrible? Shit products.
Well, because dumbass people buy them.
But they can't be getting good money out of the advertising rates when it's fucking Catheter Cowboy and My Pillow bullshit. What are the advertising? What are the advertising rates? They can't possibly be that good.
We call him Conservative Zero on this podcast. Thank you very much.
No, I'm actually talking. There is a Catheter Cowboy. It's like a cowboy dude that sells catheters.
No, I was talking about the My Pillow.
Yeah, right. My Pillow guy. Never mind. Sorry, Conservative Zero. Like the advertisements for, and it's not just Fox News, but like, see, they're terrible. It's like the General Insurance. Okay, you're not getting top advertising dollars on, just not. So why do high ratings on that don't mean anything if you can't make the money from the ad rates, really? Yeah. To me, like, what's pulling the ad money? Is it the fucking websites? Are they pulling in more money? I don't know.
They can't be anymore.
How many weather channels do we need? There's one channel you need for weather. It's called the Weather Channel. Guess what? It's not biased in any way, shape, or form. It's just the Weather Channel. When they have hurricanes, they go to the fucking hurricane. When there's blizzards, they go to the fucking blizzard. What else could you possibly need? And at night, they play shows about weather. What's Fox Weather going to have? Fucking opinionists talking about weather? God, that sounds awful. It sounds like the worst possible show in the fucking world.
I don't believe it's sunny outside, but the sun's right there. I don't believe it. Goddamn hypocrites.
We need to have a camera in every city in America to make sure that the weather out there is true. Did you know, by the way, that most, if not nearly all, weather channels, wherever you get the weather from, they all get their weather information from the government? Did you know that?
Yeah. No, because it comes from, what's the name of that?
The National Weather Service.
Yeah, National Weather Service, yeah.
Who gives all the forecasts.
What is it? NOAA or something like that?
Yeah. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
Yeah,
they give all the forecasts out there. And then the news channels, depending on what they think that their market wants, will fudge the numbers a little bit. There's a whole chapter in a book by Nate Silver called the book is called "A Signal in the Wind," I believe. It talks about weather channels or weather forecasts and how some weather channels like to err on the side of caution when it comes to rain. So they might, the National Weather Service might say there's only a 30% chance of rain, but say your local news station might be one to be like, well, they might bump it up to 40 or 50% because if people don't bring an umbrella, who do they blame? They blame whatever source they got the weather from. So True. All the things essentially come from the National Weather Service. And there's also an weather channel.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's also another weather channel for every whatever you have. Like say you have Spectrum or you have Comcast or you have DirecTV. There's a weather channel for each of those services too, I believe. At least there was one. I don't know if there is anymore. So I was looking up
Weather Nation.
Weather Nation, yeah, there you go. I was looking up the ads for. So this is the election from the election. Freaking goddamn ads! Holy shit! Speaking of ads, so this is
send it to me. Send it to me in the private chat here. Is it a commercial like we're gonna watch? Like a
no. It was just an ad. It was just an article. I'll send it to you anyway. So, according to this, it's Bloomberg, I think, or Variety. The forecast was for Variety.
Jesus.
$1,032,000,000 and 703 million, and then MSNBC is going to make 723 million.
Is that a lot though? I don't know. That's just 1 year.
1.3 billion is a lot. That's from 2022, so I can't find anything for 2021. I was trying to look to see how much the price of advertising was for Fox News, and I was trying to see
it's a 7.9% increase over 2019. Also, it's an election year. I'm sure every 4 years is a little bit different. See right here, Good Morning America gets 1.13 billion.
I mean, people watch that shit.
I'm sorry. Not. It's Good Morning America, Today Show, and CBS This Morning. That's not a 24-hour news channel and that's not even like prime time. So to make that from what's that like 4 hours a day from each? That's
something like that. Yeah,
that's a lot more money.
Yeah,
who's watching? The audience for Fox News is what, 55 and older.
55-year-old white people.
Right. And what are they going to buy? What are they fucking buying? Stupid shit. You can sell these idiots stupid shit.
The demotivation cube for Marc and JD.
God, I want a demotivation cube so
Marc
badly.
and JD would say no to that. That's all I would say all the time. Just demotivate everybody. Fucking, I don't know.
I can't. Just critical race theory shit. People don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They think that they're teaching kids that white people are bad. You're bad because you're white. That's not true.
Well, I mean, Coco's teaching their employees that we're bad because we're white people. I'm not a bad person. You're not a bad person. White people aren't bad people.
I'm a terrible person. You know that.
But you're not. You're not a terrible person. But we're not racist. We just don't like anybody. It's just normal. Right. I don't like a lot of people. I mean, I'm very diverse. Like everybody I work with is.
I'm not gonna fully. I'm cool with black people because I've got a black friend.
No,
I don't think like that's stupid. Like that's not like a defense. I like women because I'm married to women. You can still be a misogynist. You know, it's like the same kind of fucking bullshit defense.
No, what I was going to say, I've hired a lot of people in my life now, and a lot of them are different color people. They're not all the same. They're not all white people. It's stupid. So, of course,
you're qualified to work in a position, you're qualified to work. There are plenty of unqualified white people out there.
Exactly.
And there are plenty of qualified people of every race, color, ethnicity, gender, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just be chill to each other, okay? Let's be fucking chill.
This podcast is taking a weird turn from Trevor Bauer beating the shit out of a woman's vagina to going towards race vaginas. Don't be Trevor Bauer. Don't be vaginas, man. It's just fucked up.
Vaginas. Yeah, this episode got a little serious because I'm real sick of hearing about this shit.
So, speaking of the news, before we got on, I was looking at I sent you the article, but Trump is suing Facebook, Google, and Twitter for what? He's going to lose. Every article I read said it's a frivolous lawsuit for no reason. He's going to lose.
He's claiming censorship. Censorship for what? I had to yell that one.
He's a fucking idiot, dude.
Anybody can censor you. Guess what? Nobody owes you anything. The only person that can't censor you is the government. They're not the government.
They own a private company.
Right. If you don't like what they're doing, you can make your own Google. You could call it Troogle, Trumple, or whatever stupid shit you want to call it.
Can we call him Trump? Can we call him Trumple from now on, please?
Trumple and just Trumpify everything. Trump book. What would Twitter be? Trump.
Triddle.
LinkedIn would be Trumped-in. You know, we'll just fucking Trumpify everything.
Well, he's trying
Spotify.
They were trying to make their own.
Trumpify.
They were trying to make their own. Whatever it was. I don't know how well that other thing's doing. What's it called? The one where they talk. They use their no, they use their it's on my phone. Hang on.
Oh, the one that we're waiting for fucking Clubhouse. The one that we're still waiting for invites for.
Yeah, bullshit.
But now Twitter lets you do it. So or Discord lets you do it. So why do I need Clubhouse? I still want my invite though.
Yeah, me too. What the fuck? When you give your invite, they give you like 3 or 4 extra invites too. So you have to be like real selective about who we give invites to. I think Lance Manlow should get an invite. I've been waiting for a long time.
How do I have an invite? Where's my Clubhouse invite? How do I get into this? I probably won't hate it anyway. I'll probably use it once and be like, this is not for me. But maybe sometimes we want to turn on a Marc and JD Clubhouse. Maybe you're driving home one day and you just want to fucking rant for 10 minutes. You have a 30-minute drive, right? How long does it take you to drive to work?
The highway is about 20 minutes. So I have to drive back roads to get to the highway. So it takes me about 20 minutes on the highway. So give or take a few. About 30 minutes altogether.
You leave your house. You got to be to work at 8. You leave your house at 7:30?
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
About a half hour, yeah.
Right. So if you want to, and then that's another thing that people fucking record themselves driving all the time. What the fuck?
Why though? I don't understand that. When I'm driving, I want to listen to something. I don't want to record myself.
There's a whole subculture of videos out there where people speak the truth in their car. Like it's a whole fucking thing. Have you seen these videos?
Yeah, they're all over fucking TikTok, man.
TikTok or YouTube, wherever, or Facebook, especially. Like these people speaking the truth in their fucking car. Like I don't understand. That's the best place you can record your video.
Truth Bombs with Marc and JD.
Is that the best place that you can do those things? To me, it seems like ridiculous. And especially sometimes the people are driving. I feel like that's evidence. It's evidence. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Isn't that a crime?
They're probably embarrassed to say that shit in front of other people, so they have to do it in their car where it's private, would be my guess. You know, you tend to want to hide whatever your opinion is from people who don't really appreciate your opinion, I would guess. There's some dumbass fucking people
have like thousands and thousands of viewers, and they do it all the time. Why do you have to do it in the car?
Thousands, fucking millions.
Right. Is it the only place that you have, like, you can film? I don't understand. Does your house look like shit?
No, they probably have
Don't
like a
shit in your
partner.
house.
They probably have a partner or a roommate, and they don't want to sound like a fucking retard in front of these people. They're embarrassed,
No, they're
ashamed
not.
of
These
what they're
people
saying.
are not embarrassed. That they wouldn't be putting this shit out there.
Then why are they in their car? There's no other
I don't
explanation.
know. I don't know why. Why are they in their car? I've never filmed myself video. I think it's weird video chatting in the car, even if it's not me. Like, why? Why do you get it? It feels awkward. Like
Yeah,
I've done
I
it a
feel
few times. Like I get it, but it feels weird.
You know what really pisses me off? When people
Lots
take
of
a phone
things.
call. When people take a phone call and they just put it on speaker immediately. I don't want to hear your conversation. I don't.
I don't.
Turn
I
it
really
off.
don't.
Take it off speaker. There's
Wait,
no
wait,
there's no need for
Are
that.
you talking in public or at home?
Both.
Because I do it at home. I mean, I work from home,
Well,
so I put it on speaker.
It depends on if you're. Is your wife sitting right next to you?
No, she's in another room, but
Exactly.
she can still hear it. She likes hearing my conversations sometimes. One of my coworkers makes her laugh hysterically because he has no filter. And his favorite word to say is dick dance. Like, this is a fucking dick dance. I'm like, yep, it is a dick dance. What is a dick dance?
Dick dance. What is a dick dance?
If a dick could dance,
I guess that's another. That could be another word for sex.
If a dick could dance, what kind of dance would a dick do? Is it tap dancing? Are there tap dancing dicks?
Cupid shuffle.
The Cupid shuffle?
Cupid shuffle.
Okay. I get it. That's the dick dance. Okay.
That's the dick dance. Cupid shuffle.
Anyway,
God.
This has been one hell of a dick dance. We're going to Cupid shuffle our way on out of here.
The only thing I wanted to talk about was one of the other things, but the woman the prison guard who
the what?
Sealed up a bunch of drugs.
The
prison guard. Yeah, who sealed up a bunch of methamphetamine in a bunch of Rice Krispie treats. There's 2 prison guard stories, actually. 2. Remember, we talked about one earlier in the week, but this one, or last week, I want to say, but one of them was hot. The other one was, I guess she was, what are you looking at? That was weird.
Oh, it's just something made a weird noise.
It's a ghost. Oh, I found a bat outside today.
A bat? Like a baseball bat?
No, a bat, like an animal.
Like an animal. I thought you meant like a baseball bat. Like I think a baseball bat in your yard would be way creepier than an actual bat in your yard, right?
Yeah, if it had blood all over, it'd be real creepy. I'm just gonna start.
It's like somebody outside your house, like looking in, like standing there with a fucking baseball bat, and they left it there. Like, what happened? Why did they leave it there? Did they get scared off? Did you scare them off? Are they gonna come back for the bat? That's way creepy. That's like a horror movie right there.
Here's a funny prank to do on people. Like, if you ever go to a garage sale, just buy some old bats. Like, if anybody's selling old bats, and just put some red paint on them and just leave them in people's front yards and see what happens. So it looks like they got a bloody bat in their front yard.
That's
People should do that.
Prank. That's like one of those YouTube pranks where it's like, yo, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank, bro.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember the Dana Carvey show?
Yeah.
There's only one skit I remember from that show. Only one skit. And I think about it every time I'm in a drive-through lane. Because he would pay for his food, and then before the food came, he would drive away. It's the dumbest thing. Like, it was like,
that's funny. There's nobody hurt in that, Like,
no, it's just fucking funny.
In that. Like, it's just like the person giving the food is like, what the fuck? I thought about doing that before, like place it in order, and then like let the person behind me like gets the wrong food, like ha 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 ha. It's funny-ish.
No, but this he paid for it already, and then just drove away.
Right. I mean, that's. The next person in line would probably just get it, right? Like, what would the employees do with it? Would they just give it to the next person?
They'd probably give it to the next person. You never got free food at like McDonald's or Burger King or anything when people didn't want it? I've gotten free drinks and shit.
Nothing I can think of. Like sometimes I have. Like if I always say I ordered a different side dish, like the one comes with the normal, and they bring out the wrong one. I'm like, I ordered X. And then you gave me the word that you could just keep this, the fries, usually French fries. You could just keep the French fries. It's like, all right, sure, free fries.
Just eat them all.
I'm not going to say no to free fries, even if they're like terrible fries. I'm never going to say no. I'm fat, okay? I love me some French fries.
Who doesn't love French fries? It's so American.
I also love rice. Smuggle drugs
Oh,
in Rice Krispie treats. Did you see the
I
pictures?
hate. Yeah, they look gross, but
Like
also
they're
I hate
clearly
Rice Krispie.
drugs in the Rice Krispies. Like
I hate Rice Krispie treats because
why?
I hate marshmallows.
I hate marshmallows too, but in the
Ugh.
mix, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
And
You like
then
fruity pebble treats? Oh, it's like
no,
fucking crack.
no, I don't like marshmallows at all.
I don't like
Can't stand them.
marshmallows on their own, but if they're it's like eggs. If I don't like eggs on their own, but if they're in other things, it doesn't bother me. I don't like marshmallows, but if they're in other things, it doesn't bother me.
I like a good
It's
omelet.
just sugar, right?
Yeah, basically like
You don't like
sugar.
s'mores?
No. I mean, I could eat a toasted marshmallow, I guess, but like it'd be like if we're outside, like doing anything in the fire pit or whatever, I'll have like one, and then the rest of it is I don't want any more ever again. Ever.
I just want to fucking light some marshmallows on fire.
I just want to light shit on fire. I don't care about marshmallows.
Right, and then like we'll burn down some Canadian Catholic churches.
Yeah, with bodies.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, we're not condoning burning down churches unless
No,
there's
I am
bodies
condoning
underneath.
burning down churches.
Are you now?
This specific situations, I'm okay with it.
Well, yeah, the indigenous graves that are underneath
I'm
them.
not gonna say I'm not gonna say like burn this specific church or burn that specific church, but I don't really have a problem with it. I really don't.
No, I mean, as long as somebody died that's innocent inside these churches,
right.
I don't want anybody to die. That's not cool.
Think about all the people that died because of the church.
Yeah, the thousands and thousands of graves underneath these churches. Somebody was releasing the news, as they say, because somebody knew about it and just decided, hey, we're going to burn this shit down. We're going to reveal all this truth.
As long as truth bombs, as long as nobody died, right?
Yeah, I don't want anybody to die.
You don't want to kill anybody, but it's a good way to make the news by burning down some bullshit. Unless the churches have insurance, or do they not believe in insurance?
I don't know. Were these like churches that were used still?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not Canadian and I'm not Catholic, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Canadian? I don't know what you're talking about.
Talking to boots. No, I mean it just depends. It's a slippery slope of like I don't want to be the guy who says, yeah, maybe we just don't burn down churches. But then again, these people also killed a lot of other people, so I don't want to see that happen either. So,
hey, sometimes you got to do shit. I mean, it happens in this world. Some shit like that sells more than people just being like, hey, what's going on? Protesting things getting buried. Probably would have got swept under the rug. But when you fucking start shit like that, you start burning shit, it makes 4 in a week. Okay, well, now that's a bigger story. It sucks to say that, but the news loves sensational shit.
Yes, it does. It's like mass fires or mass arson, at that point. Right. So it is what it is. I feel indifferent about it, but at the same time, if there is shit that needs to be brought to light, then fucking burn them down. Don't care.
You're not wrong.
I'm not Canadian.
Anywho, let's wrap it up. Marc and JD, we're on Twitter. We're on Facebook.
Hey,
we're on Instagram.
I got a question. So if Toronto doesn't play in Canada anymore, are they technically still a Toronto-based team?
They're trying to go back.
They play in Buffalo?
They're trying to they're very close to being approved to go back to play in Toronto for the second half.
So would other teams be able to go back to go to Toronto to play them?
I think there would be extra rules, but yes.
All right. That's fine. I was just curious. So yeah, Instagram.com, Marc and JD. We actually are very active on there. Twitter.com, Marc and JD. Marc is very active on there. Facebook, we both kind of are.
We're a Twitter and Instagram podcast. Facebook is whatever.
Twitch.tv, Marc and JD. You can find us on there. We usually re-air the podcast or show. We're perfectly polite, platonic friends.
We definitely were not polite in this episode.
No, we are not polite.
What would be a better name? Actually, I thought about it. Would be perfectly petty platonic friends. Because we are certainly petty motherfuckers.
Yeah, we are kind of assholes sometimes. Not gonna lie. We're assholes and we're aware of it. Sorry, not sorry. There was I had a memory today on Facebook about something I said about Casey Anthony back in the day, and then some girl had reported the comment and got all these comments removed. And the comment that she reported was Eric, our old buddy Eric. So he had called her. He said, "Shut up, you stupid cunt." Because she was getting all, I forget what it was. I said something about Casey Anthony. She got off, and now she's going to open a daycare or some shit. And it was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. She didn't open a daycare. Okay, but she, it was apparently back then in bad taste. So she got all up in arms about it, and Eric, of course, being Eric, just took it out on her.
All right, I gotta wrap this up because I gotta go. So check us out.
All right, check us out. Bye bye.
Goodbye.